You've stumbled into another nostalgic void. Drifting, searching with your rose-colored glasses. Fear not. What an Oddcast is here to guide you. With hosts Jared Minikheim, Anthony Denny, Michael Kennedy, and Sven Magnuson. Stay odd and hold on tight.
Welcome back to What an Oddcast, episode 288. I'm the man currently playing the Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days collection, Maverick.
I'm the one with Shadow the Hedgehog in his pocket on Refney.
And I'm that guy, Jared Minikheim, Jokey Pants. Hi.
How's it going?
Hello.
How's everyone feeling?
Oh, pretty good.
Everyone doing
tired,
okay?
but doing pretty good, yeah.
No, I had a day off yesterday, and that was actually kind of nice.
Must feel nice.
Mm-hmm.
Jared, time off is when you're working and you get paid to not be at work. I know this is a foreign idea to you, but
that's a foreign concept to Sergeant Redacted, who's not home right now.
It's very true. Your husband is overworked.
That's like for the opposite reason.
What? No, again, because we went through all of your history. When's the last time you had a job? Like, when were you last gainfully employed? Again, this is not me throwing shade. I just honestly, like, it's
October
been
of last year.
I was going to say, you've been in Guam for about 3 months now. So, 2 months. Just over 2 months, right? So.
A little bit, and then as I was even looking at jobs, Sergeant Redacted went, hey, probably going to be moving to Hawaii by the end of the year, so don't even bother. And I went, okay. He's like, just do more podcast stuff or something, but don't even bother, because you won't be here long enough for it to matter.
Keep yourself busy. Keep yourself busy.
Like, goddamn, all right.
So let's open up with some sad news. I got an update, and I read it while working, and I put on a note that I've lost somewhere. Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They figured it out.
What happened?
So the wife died of like some mouse disease. I forget exactly what it was called.
He had a bubonic plague.
She died a week before he did. Because he had dementia and she was his sole caretaker.
Oh, he died. Yeah, it's sad.
Oh. Yeah. So no, like as sad as it is, no foul play. They just died.
It was our fault. We mentioned it, and the Oddcast curse struck.
But I just wanted to get that out of the way.
Yeah, no, it does. I saw a thing about there was the idea floated around that one of them died of natural causes and the other may have died trying to help them. So that just,
yeah. So not a happy note to start off on, but
it could have been worse. It could have been like a murder suicide, which is what it looked like originally. So I'm glad to hear that wasn't the case.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to bring it up, because we were talking about it last week, and I was like, I wonder what's going to happen. And it was revealed today. Like, I saw it at work on my break. I was like, yes.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, that's good to know, then. Kinda. Not really. It was kind of a downer. Jesus Christ, what an opener. So do we want to get into the TV topic, or do we want to do something else first? Gauge the room here.
TV, I guess?
Well, Michael...
Yeah, it's fine. I've watched enough. It's fine.
Okay. Maverick brought up that he has tried to watch but has not gotten into Daredevil.
Can't fucking do it. I don't know how you people can do it.
What is the mental hurdle you come across?
Well, currently it's because there's 4 other seasons and 4 other shows that intertwine. And I realize this is a hard reset, and so it really doesn't fucking matter. But, like, I just can't do it. I wouldn't
say hard reset.
I just can't do it. It might be Marvel burnout, but, like...
That could be too. I would say Daredevil I could watch by itself, and I don't need the other shows. And I have. So here's the thing. When you're talking about the Netflix series, Daredevil was the best one of them all. And if you try to argue with me, anyone out there, you can suck a dick, because it was the only one that really seemed to have a good grasp on what it was doing. The other ones either didn't get enough seasons to flesh out what they were trying to do, or
they
in the case of Iron Fist, or in the case of Iron Fist, you had one good season, and then even that one season struggled with some of your characters you picked. Now, when you go over to Defenders, and Defenders was the worst fucking thing it could have been. It had potential to be really good, and then thanks to some other YouTubers that I watch, they like to point out that there's dragon bones under the city. That was like the whole point of all their Netflix stuff, was the Kingpin bought a building because there's dragon bones and they need Iron Fist to unlock a door. And then they just kind of like had no idea what the hell they were doing to combine them all, and Defenders flopped really, really hard.
So I haven't watched any because I haven't had the time yet. I normally go to bed.
Yeah, you do.
But I'm assuming that this is like a soft reboot continuation, where it's continuing off of like Daredevil and Punisher, but not really Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist are sort of.
So getting into the new Daredevil, first episode's a bit rough. It opens up real rough. Daredevil was good because the fighting scenes in it were all choreographed, and like they took multiple days to shoot because they would rerun through to make sure they got everything exactly the way they wanted it. And it was super good for that reason.
It's very good.
The opening fight in this first episode was so heavily CGI that everyone I saw was criticizing it for like, Daredevil looked more rubbery than he did in the Ben Affleck movie in some of these bits. And I don't know how you went from practical fighting to this is how you open the show with some of the worst rubbery CGI fighting ever, and it makes no fucking sense to what the series is. But there is continuity error going into that as well, because Daredevil at the end of season 3, Bullseye was sent to a hospital and was getting worked on. But this series, spoilers for everyone, this series opens up with Bullseye's just still out in the world. He didn't get, like, horrendously crippled or in prison. And he's just a hitman out doing his thing. And the minute I saw that, I went, you say it's a continuation because you're making references to everything that happened in the Netflix series, but we're just going to ignore that little fact to have Bullseye come in because, spoiler, they fucking kill Foggy right off the bat. They're wasted no hesitation. In the first 5 minutes, Bullseye shows up and shoots Foggy, and you're just like, oh, okay, we're going to open up with, like, he's going to get hurt and there's not going to be a thing. No, he's just fucking dead. And Matt almost kills Bullseye, and then that's how we open the series, is a year later and him being like, I can't be Daredevil anymore because I almost killed the guy, and I don't do that. And I got Foggy killed, so, like, I'm just done being Daredevil. Which also brings up the question, where the fuck does this fall in that storyline, then? Because he doesn't have a yellow suit, and he's also not even being Daredevil. So where the fuck does Far From Home and She-Hulk fit? Who the fuck knows? They aren't really answering that question at all.
Well, not yet. You gotta say, maybe give
I assume this takes place before both of those, because it's the only thing that makes sense for what we're seeing. But season 2 made it up. Episode 2 was better. They flesh out more of like Kingpin becoming mayor, and like clearly he has something else that's going on, but they haven't quite delved into what exactly he's doing.
Herpes.
And Matt is slowly being pushed back into being Daredevil because being the good guy he found trouble again. And there was a better fight to end out the episode. There was like an actual practical fight and not a bunch of CGI bullshit. So there is hope that, like, okay, maybe the opening one, maybe they had to reshoot and rush some things about it, and maybe we're going to actually get, like, what it should be for this series. Also, I want to point out for all the people at home, apparently there's a Punisher cult in the MCU because the crooked cops of episode 2, as they beat up Matt, reveal they have a Punisher tattoo, which would mean that there's, much like in the real world, there's cops who see Punisher as something he's not. So I'm curious how he's going to play into this now. So I assume he comes next episode, but that's a thing now.
It's gonna be great. You know, they're gonna be like, "Oh, look, we like to kill people. As cops do."
Overall, first 2 episodes, I would say it's a bit of a struggle, but it has potential to get better. Daredevil was still the best out of the Netflix stuff, so I'm hoping they can course correct and get back on track to what I was starting to see in episode 2. Also, I see people talking about if you need to watch Echo. I'll tell you right now, you don't need to watch Echo. The only thing of importance...
Wave that, right?
Just
hand-waved it away.
Yeah, the only thing of importance from Echo was at the end, Kingpin said he was going to run for mayor, and that's the only thing that really fucking matters from that whole
I'm going to run for mayor. The end.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, but I think it'll be all right. I don't think it'll be as good as anything they did with Netflix, and I know that's something that a lot of people are going to shit on it for. I think it's going to be all right for what it is, but I have to see what episode 3 brings to have a better idea about it. Because the opening overall was real fucking rough. CGI smoke and fighting and... Yeah.
And Brick Frog was there.
We'll see what happens, but that's my thoughts. That's my 2 cents on the whole thing.
Oh, nice. I haven't really watched TV.
Yeah,
Anthony doesn't have time to watch TV. Again, I tried to watch it. I got like 5 minutes into the first episode of Reborn and was like, it's just not for me. It's just not. It's just not for me. Of course, I didn't watch. I didn't watch any of the Netflix shows anyway. Like, I never watched Daredevil. I didn't get really into Luke Cage and Iron Fist. I didn't really care for Jessica Jones and the Defenders or whatever the fuck it is. What the one season it was of that failed attempt at that. So
very bad. The only other one I watch still is The Punisher. I'll watch both seasons of that still because that one still holds up on its own. Because that
Jared
was the
also
one
loves The Punisher.
Yeah, I do love The Punisher as a character. But those 2 seasons don't connect to any of the other Netflix shit. Like, he got introduced in Daredevil, and then season 1 and 2 were like, no, he's gonna just do his own thing, and we're not gonna
let's just let him
other
be.
People.
Let him be. Just let him be.
Let Shane go around fucking up the world.
Yeah, he's
he
just
ain't hurting
looking for
nobody.
Lori.
So
He ain't hurting nobody.
he ain't hurting no one.
I went to go look up the Punisher video game, and instead I typed Shane. For those who don't know, the guy who plays the Punisher.
I was also Shane on The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking John Bernthal.
Yeah. I need to, that's a game I need to get for the PS2 again. Because I had it growing up, was the Punisher game. And I see people that have gone back through replaying it. And they're like, this game needs to be remastered. And I'm like, it should be. It was honestly like the best Punisher game you would have ever gotten. It's just, I don't know who owns the rights to do it. And it would probably be a PlayStation exclusive, like fucking everything else is turning out, so.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I would love to get a PS5, but boy, let me tell you, the price on them makes me want to punch a baby in the face.
Yeah, especially when you're not employed. It makes it very hard to buy things,
Hey, I have money. I have the money I could spend on it, but then I wouldn't be able to get all the games. And I'm like, I'll just wait.
You could look at it. It's pretty.
The PS6 will be out soon enough, so it's fine.
If we go to the store here in Guam on base, they don't have extra tax, so it's like $30 cheaper. But it's still at a price point where I'm like,
Yeah.
No, I have to wait. Which is fine. It's fine. There's just, I hate that so many things are going PlayStation exclusive when it comes to things I want to play.
I mean,
Anyway.
except for Boss Arcane Zero.
That fucking game. I've had to step away from that fucking game. I can't. I fucking can't. I'm on the Jiren fight. I believe the last part of the Jiren fight. And like at first, every time I've tried, I whoop his ass to the point he's like literally like this much health to me winning, and then his AI, for whatever reason, just goes, "Yeah, you gonna win? Is that what you think you're gonna do? The fuck you are." And just spams me with the dumbest shit and wins.
Shiakazi!
Yeah, that's another game. I don't fully understand the controls the way that I think I should. Because
It's button mashing. It's button mashed.
Well, like, if you're blocking, they're able to teleport, unlike me. I haven't learned how to do that yet, but they'll just teleport behind you. And once they're behind you, you just have to take whatever beating they give you. You can't turn around. You can't interrupt. Nothing. So they just beat the living shit out of you.
This is why I know we are not the same person, Jared, is you said you try blocking, and I just shut down everything you said after that, because that's what quitters and pussies do. You don't block, you just attack.
You don't block, you don't break.
Yeah, you go till you can't go no more. Now everyone needs to shut up because it's my turn to talk, because I got a little bit of energy. Mike's not feeling real great. It's going to be a whole lot of things. He's been extremely busy this week. Two things. One, I passed my licensing, so I actually get to keep my job. That's fantastic.
Woo.
Here we go. Boop, 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 boop. Two, I was always going to pass it. So fun fact about producer's licensing, right? The practice quiz they give you is 140 questions. The actual quiz is 150 questions plus 6 questions, or 150 questions plus 6 questions, right? So what does that mean, right?
Ooh.
If you read the yeah, go ahead, Anthony. What does it mean?
What does that mean, Michael?
It's not where I was going with this, but I appreciate your effort. If you read it carefully, it says like, hey, your test is 150 questions based on this, and then 10 questions that are not weighted. So what does that mean? It means that if you get 10 questions wrong, they throw out 10 questions. They just get rid of it. So you get a buffer because they want you to pass it. Because everything that you need to know, it's why I hate standardized testing, you can fucking Google. So I got that out of the way. That's great. 2, Holly sold her house. And she's moving. I don't think I sent it to Jared. I don't think I sent it to the So she signed on it last Friday. And then she had a week to get out. We need to put a pin in this. Please put a pin in this. Thank you. She had a week to get out. Now, a week, 7 days, right? Signed on it Friday, had to work Saturday, had Sunday, worked again Monday. So already, of the 7 days you've given yourself, you work half. She ended up getting sick and not having to work those ones. But that also means that she didn't do anything with the house. So on Sunday morning, I get up and I get ready to go to the gym. And I go to the gym. And I have to be a little bit quiet because people are out there. And some of the people that I'm talking about are outside. So bear with me. Exactly. So it is. I got to the gym. I'm like, I will leave at 9 o'clock. I figure my parents will leave the house and be down at Holly's. They'll leave around 9 o'clock, so maybe they'll wait for me. If not, I laid clothes specifically out for them to grab for me so I could change at Holly's and not sit all day in my workout skivvies. At 8:50 or at 8:45 in the morning, my mother texts me like, hey, are you going to Holly's with us? 1, no one ever told me what time we were leaving. We typically do things around 9 o'clock, so I assumed 9 o'clock. 2, I will go help because I am a nice person. So I text back, what time are you planning on leaving? In the morning when I got up, my father was up, and I was like, Holly always chooses the worst days to move because it was freezing cold and snowing that day on that Sunday here in Michigan.
Of course it was.
So it was the worst day to move. Fun fact, Thursday wasn't any better yesterday. So we're going to get to that, though, in a second. It's going to be a long story. Buckle up,
Pin.
motherfucker. It's a
Pin.
Maverick-heavy episode. Sorry. I finally got my voice back, and it's going away again, so everyone can fuck up. So I text back on time. I text back, like, sure, what time are you leaving? I get a text back, never mind, or we've already left. Then why the fuck did you ask me if I was going, knowing full well that you're already gone? It's fine, whatever.
Yep.
So I go to Starbucks, get myself a real sugary drink, lots of syrups and goodness. And a little salted caramel non-dairy cold brew with all of the syrups. So good. So yummy-licious. And I head my ass down to Battle Creek. And Jared, I have to tell you that I have not been that side of Hastings since the day we picked your ass up. So I had to drive that way to Battle Creek, and it was like getting PTSD flashbacks. So it was fine. We get there, and I start like, what do we need to pack? I'm thinking she's going to have a lot more packed than she actually does. Fun fact, she does not have a lot of her stuff packed. It is going to be a full day event. Mike was not planning on a full day event. He was planning on like being home at like 3. This did not happen. Mike did not get home till like 7. This did not happen. So we start packing, and we take one load. We take a second load over to her new apartment, and it just starts stacking boxes upon boxes. And it's about 4 hours in, so we're hitting that 1 o'clock limit where I finally message Anthony and Heather. I was like, hey, we've hit our belligerent limit. Jesus Christ. We've hit our belligerent limit. Mike's just going to start throwing shit away here pretty soon. Like, there was this big stuffed Tyrannosaurus Rex. And I was like, what are we doing with that? She's like, well, I don't know. I was like, well, you got like 30 seconds to figure it out, or it's going in the trash. Like, I'm done playing around. So after 8 hours on that Sunday of moving her, she's still not fully moved. There's still a bunch of shit that needs to be taken over. There's a couch and a bed and a bunch of wooden shit that needs to be thrown on a burn pile. And so my parents are like, well, what day do you want to come? Like, I don't fucking know. Like, whenever. So we decide Thursday. And through this entire process, my mom's like, you didn't have to help. What? So I can leave the old man there with debilitating back injury because your dumb cunt of a daughter can spend X amount of money on new jewelry, but not on movers or a dumpster. It's fine. Yes. Yeah. My parents still don't know about that one, and I think they might throw a fit if they found out. So that's why I said X amount. So we get home. I get home. Right, it must have been 6:37 on that Sunday, and I'm fucking exhausted, just worn to the bone, right? Monday, it's a full day of like studying. Tuesday, it's a full day of studying. Wednesday, it's a full day of like studying. Thursday morning, 9 a.m. is my test in Holt. So I had to drive all the way to Holt. Fun fact, if you at one point in time turn freeways off on your Google Maps and you never turn it back on, it will not take you the freeways. So I took back roads all the way to Mason Falls, which it was the same amount of distance regardless. So I did that. I passed that. And like, I'm just exhausted. The job that I'm doing is not hard, but I have not processed it in like 8 days now, right? So like, everything's gonna be a little bit rusty. So I asked my supervisor, like, hey, what else needs to be done? Can I sit with someone for the rest of the day and watch someone? And so today it was like I sat with a couple people, watch them. I get turned on fully in the queue. I fell asleep at my desk, something that I do not do.
You've never done that.
I do not do that. For 20 minutes, I was like just zoned hard. And like 20 minutes later, and I still feel like shit. And so whatever sickness Holly had, because she had a norovirus or whatever,
Oh God.
I think I got some of it. I'm just a man and can handle it better. I'm not a little bitch about it. So like I've had some tummy issues today. Has not been fun. I am 3 pounds closer to my goal weight though. So that's I always say one good flu or an eating condition and I'd be closer to my goal weight. And so that's the truth. And so I just have no energy. So it was after I fell asleep at my desk, I came down and I ordered on the Switch. I ordered the new Yu-Gi-Oh collection, the digital copy of the early days collection, because it has Dungeon Dice Monsters on there, and it has the Eternal Duelist Soul, which is the GBA game, right? So it's the Battle City tournament essentially. It's got Mako and Mai and all of them. And so that's what I did with the rest of my day. Fun fact about that game, it's not as much fun as the start as you want it to be. You don't have a lot of cards, and it's kind of dumb and frustrating. Now, there was a pin somewhere in there that we needed to take out. What was the pin?
I believe it was Sunday or
Thursday.
Holly had a week and we had pins.
So, yes, we had pins. So let's take out the pin. So she gave herself 7 days to move out, knowing full well that she had to work at least 3 of them. So giving her only 4 days to move out of her fully furnished house. By herself. We figured out why she did it, because if she hadn't done it sooner, she would have had to make another monthly house payment with an apartment. I totally get it. But why are you packing your shit when you were trying to sell your house?
Now, a normal person would have done that.
No. And so I was talking with, because throughout this entire process, I'm also texting Alex, just furiously like venting about this shit. Because when we helped Alex move, all her shit was packed. Besides like the big, like the couch and beds and
things
desks.
you couldn't pack.
Yeah, like there are a few clothes, but it was all like to walk Jared to walk into this house in the basement and see just shit still strewn about was the most
fucking furious.
Livid. There's just boxes of shit. Like, what are we doing with this? She's like, I don't know. I was like, let's fucking go. We need to get this shit figured out. So like, and it was hard because like she had to go upstairs with my mother who was helping clean out the kitchen, and then like I need to know what you want to do with this shit. I want to start emptying rooms. So either like give me a trash bag and we're going to start throwing shit, or we need to know what's going on. So that's fine. Sunday's done. She's still got what I was hoping was like another 3 hours. She said she was going to make a couple more trips. She didn't end up doing a couple more trips, which I get it. I was tired. I was sick. I wouldn't want to make any more trips either. But if I was moving out, Anthony knows full well. My motto when moving, you go till you're done. That's just all there is to it. Right? Like, I think I upset Anthony and Alex and Tatiana more when I helped her move than anyone else, because they're like, do you need a break? Fuck no. I will break when I'm dead, dropped off, or tonight. Like, one of the two. Like, we're going. If Mike sits down, he's not going to be able to keep going. Like, he's done. Like, it is done. I can't feel my feet right now. If I stop moving, everything's going to hurt. Thursday. We get down there. Me and my father start loading up the couch and the stuff that needs to go to the burn pile. Everything's going fine. I haven't told you this story yet, Anthony, so this is going to be new to you as well. We're taking it to one of her coworkers' houses, right? The people that have the big burn pit in their front yard.
This sounds interesting.
It's fine. Anthony, where do they live?
Oh, here we go.
Battle Creek?
No, this is where I need you to ask the question.
Oh, Michael, where do they live?
So I don't know. And Holly has a vague idea of it, where she knows they live down this road, but is real unsure where the driveway is. So I go, hey, why don't you text them? And she goes, no, they know we're coming. I'm like, no, that's not the reason. I want you to text them.
Damn it.
This is going to be going on the TikTok. It's fine. So I go, no, I don't. That's fine. But like, what's the address so we can like Google it? She's like, oh, well, if you Google the address, it doesn't show the correct address. It shows the driveway next to it. Cool. So what is the address? She goes, no, we don't need it. I'll be able to find it. So, hey, Anthony,
Yeah.
you know what happened?
What?
Drove right fucking past it. She
Oh
goes,
my
oh
God,
wait, that was it. So, not only do they have, hang on, Jared. Not only is there discernible landmarks in their driveway in the form of a little like decorative white teapot and a white like bench that you can see. It also, fun fact, has one of those green signposts with the address on it. So we could have used Google Maps and Googled the address. So we had to find a driveway to turn around in to go back. And so that is why I wanted you, Holly, to text them the address. She's like, well, it shows the wrong address. I was like, but at least we would have had a general idea of where Dad needs to go less than 10 miles an hour when trying to turn into a driveway. And she goes, well, I'm like, I'm done arguing. This is my point, and we are done with that. So that is the first pin. The second pin is Jared. She has so much shit. Just so much shit. And like, I get it. She's going from like a basically 3-bedroom house to a 1-bedroom apartment. Jared, I'm only telling you this. I'm only telling you this because I know you lived with roommates and you did dishes constantly, and like it was one of your big pet peeves. Anthony got the video. I didn't send it to you. I completely forgot. I was just in a fit of rage. So Holly had her vehicle packed up Sunday night with like more shit in it. Like she needed to unpack so we could use her truck Thursday to finish packing up some of her shit that didn't have lids. She didn't do that at all because she was sick. And again, granted, fine, be sick, but like at any point in time during the day when we were coming down Thursday and you weren't working, you couldn't have emptied your truck. So me and my father have to drive her truck to her apartment to empty her shit to then reload her truck. Jared, Holly's life is in shambles. It's just a hot mess. On the stove is like a small frying pan where she clearly cooked an egg. And what I assume is either concrete or oatmeal. Not entirely sure which one it was. Could be a combination of both, but I'm telling you, you could have killed a man with it. Now, that's not the worst part. The worst part is she didn't finish the egg, and she tried to make toast. Now, Jared, do you know how I know she didn't finish the egg?
How do you know?
Because it was on a plate, but that plate was on the dryer next to a piece of egg that was not on the plate, next to a piece of bread that was not on the plate, also on the dryer. Anthony, am I telling the truth?
He is telling the truth. He is.
What kind of midlife crisis?
It was just there.
It was just there. And my father is the one that discovered it. And John does not swear a whole lot, right? Like he's not one to just swear on a nil. He goes, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm like, oh my God. A JFC from my father? What? What'd you find? I was like, it's like, it's where the laundry's at. I was like, does she just have a bunch of dirty clothes? Like, is it just like stacks and mounds of clothes? No, it was an egg, all plate, on a dryer, next to a piece of bread, on a dryer. Now, she was sick, so she was not able to finish the egg, and that's why. But, like, of all the places for it to end up, is that where you're eating now, Holly? Is that your kitchenette? I realize you have a lot of things that are just everywhere.
Oh, shit.
But like, fuck's sake.
Did she get hungry when she was finishing laundry or during doing laundry?
I could not tell you. And again, with the caveat, she was sick, and so I understand. But also, again, when I'm sick, I like to do things to try to burn it out of my body. That's just how it like I feel like dog shit right now. Besides the 20-minute nap that I took, I've went to the gym today and like I didn't go hard because like my body's like, hey Mike, hey Maverick, you really just need to not fucking be here right now, bud. And I'm like, cool, I'll go ahead and listen to my body this time and just kind of, but like, oh, it was so rough. And so like I am exhausted to the point where I text the boys like, it's gonna be a weird energy for me today because like, holy fuck, I could pass out right now here talking to you guys. That's how bad it is. It is just fucking wild.
God damn.
Yeah, that's my harrowing story of my week. So feel free to clip whatever you can out of that.
What a story it was indeed. Jesus Christ.
I know. You started watching Common Side Effects, not to pivot, but you started watching Common Side Effects.
I did. I think I got
it's
2
fun.
episodes into it.
Oh, it's fun. It's so much fun. You got to get past the animation style, like you're saying. They're real weird looking, but it's so much fun. So I'm really enjoying that series. And then while we're on the topic of TV, the 4th and final season of The Righteous Gemstones is coming out.
Yes,
March 28th. Cannot wait for that. It looks
very exciting.
So good. Like I'm so looking forward to it. I am this close to buying a pair of Walton Goggins goggle glasses, but they are $150 each, and I cannot make that commitment considering that's fair. Wear regular ass glasses. And season 4 of Shoresy dropped.
I did notice that as well.
Jared, it is the best season of anything Jared Kesso has ever produced. It is it made me want to be a better person.
Oh,
like just yeah, right? It fundamentally changed me somehow, and I cannot more than just stupid quips and shit, like the shit Shoresy goes through in this season, for whatever reason, I related to it so fucking hard. I'm like, yeah, I just need to be a better person. That's all there is to it. So good. I cannot recommend it enough. And they've already signed for the next 3 seasons. They've already started production on season 5. Gonna keep making money.
Damn.
It's just gonna keep making money.
All right. Damn. Yeah,
That's all the
hadn't
TV
started that season yet, so all right.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Anthony, again, I know you tried to watch Letterkenny. It's not your kind of humor, so I don't think you'd get
it. No offense.
Oh yeah, I saw Hard Eyes. It's pretty alright.
Oh, that's the one with Josh, right? Who's the director?
Josh Rubin.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know he directed that. I did see him in like a 2-second cameo, and I had messaged Anthony immediately. I was like, "Hey, Josh Rubin cameo," and then at the end of it, I saw he directed, and I went, "Oh, I didn't realize he directed this one." But it's like a rom-com meets a slasher. It was pretty good.
Yeah, no, Josh has been coming up on my For You page more from
Game Changer makes noise.
Changer, yeah, Game Changer. Whichever one Sam Reich does.
Both.
Yep.
It's the Josh, the world's largest businessman. Let me get my birthday. It gets me every fucking time. Yeah, so I knew he at first I wasn't sure who you were talking about, and I'm like, oh yeah, absolutely. I watched him do an interview about it, so it was really cool to see that too.
Yeah, he's a very funny man.
Mm-hmm.
I had only seen some reviews saying it was pretty good. He's been in a lot of horror as of late because he also, God, what was it? Oh yeah, the Creep Tape show.
Oh yeah,
he was in an episode of that. And it was one of the best episodes of the season was the one he was in. So I was seeing him do a little bit more horror adjacent things. So seeing that he directed one, I was like, yeah, no, that makes sense. He's been doing cameos in those a lot more as of late.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what I feel like there was. Oh, of course, there is another thing that Maverick sent me on TikTok.
What did I send you? I send you so
I-
much. We send each other so much shit.
What?
Sometimes I forget.
Was it a
I-
goth mommy?
It was
I
not.
could not get through it entirely because my brain couldn't handle it. The
Which one
Powerpuff
was that?
Girls CW show,
Oh my god!
their
I forgot I
pilot
sent
trailer
you this.
was leaked online.
Holy shit! It
And-
looks so fucking good. I wish this existed in real life. I would watch the fuck out of that show.
You're
Unironically, no. All
it's
bias
irrelevant
aside,
because
all
Dove
bias
Cameron.
aside, no, all bias aside, this looks exactly as shitty as I needed it to. Okay, it looks fucking amazing. Are you
It
kidding
looks
me?
so bad. Even Heather was like, "Wow, I'm glad that got canceled."
No, I want like a full 4 seasons in that exact thing.
Mike is
Whether-
he's the only
So-
one. Let me clarify.
No, but like,
He's
here's
the
do you
only
understand the premise though? Do you understand? It is a show based off, or the Powerpuff cartoons in this universe is based off the Powerpuff Girls in real life. So like this came before the cartoon kind of thing. And so like that's why like Mojo Jojo is just a human and not a monkey man and all
You mean
this other
Mojo
shit.
and Jojo?
Yeah, Mojo and Jojo. Yes. And
best-
ironically, I would have watched the fuck out of this show.
The best comments I've seen for it was the people saying this looks like something that would have been on Funny or Die about 10 years ago.
It's very true.
Captain Planet.
Also, why is the
Exactly.
dude from fucking Scrubs the professor?
I
He doesn't look
don't know.
near old enough. Like of all the
Well, Black don't crack.
There's nothing
That's
about
fair.
that show. For me, that made a whole lot of sense. And you sent me that. I can't believe you wanted it. I thought you would have been one of the people that was like, this looks terrible. I can't believe they
Okay,
were going to
so
do that.
okay, full defense, I did at first, and then I watched the full trailer without people talking over it, and like it's like Blossom goes off to college, Buttercup becomes like a firefighter, and then fucking Bubbles just basically becomes a street hustler, and it's
Yes.
fucking amazing, and I just need 7 seasons of it right now just to watch, unironically.
I'd have to say, Donald Faison. I hope
Yes,
I pronounced
John,
that
thank
correct.
you. It is. Faison, yes.
Faison. The guy. He is actually 50.
Yes. And
So
Chloe
I'm
Bennett
sorry,
is
what?
I think she's 37.
Telling me that man's 50?
Yeah.
Looks
Yeah, he was
great
on
for his
Scrubs for a
age.
very long time.
Dude, Black don't crack. Chloe Bennett is 32.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, he don't. Black don't crack.
It's very true.
So there is something there is something else I want to bring up for Anthony here, Mr. Inferno.
I am Anthony.
I saw another casting leak out of Scream 7, Anthony, and I want you to feel the same like face palming that I did. Dewey's coming back, but he's dead, so it's clearly a ghost thing. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I feel
Maybe
like you
they'll
could
have
just
him on
not.
a tape giving advice, like they did with
I
Jamie Kennedy.
Swear to God. That's the only thing that makes sense. Because for anyone who did not watch any of the 5 or 6, Dewey's fucking dead. And it broke my heart because he was a great character to have in that series, and they gutted him like a
Officer
fucking
Doofus
fish.
reporting for duty.
Literally gutted him like a fish. And it was heart-wrenching because he's one of those characters that like he's been stabbed I think even he says in the movie he's been stabbed like 7 times, and he was just like, I'm tired of being fucking stabbed, man. Like I've survived this shit for all these years. So I saw he came out for the casting, coming back as Dewey, and I was like, I don't really. You could do a tape thing, sure. I just feel like we didn't have him in the last movie, and I was over it. Yes, I was like, Dewey's gone. It's fine. Whatever. We still have some of the other people. I still agree with the point that it should have been Courtney Cox's character instead of him, but she just keeps coming back. Fucking Gail. She should have died in the last movie. Just saying. They had it all right there. They should have just ended her. Anyway, that was just something that popped up, and I was like, I don't really know how I feel about that, because I could see they'd probably do that, and I don't need it.
What if it's a surprise prequel and everyone's gonna get de-aged?
I will fucking throw something. I will straight throw something in a theater. I will go into a theater, pay for a ticket just to throw my popcorn at the movie screen and leave.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
It would be a waste. But no, there was that. Yeah, goddamn. So everyone's had a pretty exciting week, sounds like. You know, they got to try to move somebody and have a bunch of fun things to talk about with it.
I honestly, I was waiting for the call on Sunday.
Oh,
What
honest to
call?
God,
For them to, because I wasn't asked to help.
Oh.
I was waiting for it. I thought all day Sunday, I'm like, they're gonna call me any minute now because they're tired and they need someone else.
I see.
yes.
But the call never came. I am
Call
closer
never
and closer to completing my Robots in Disguise collection.
Yes, didn't you just get some more new ones?
I did. I got the Japanese Baldigus. Where's the box? Where'd I put the fucking box?
You think he
No,
would have
that's-
just brought it with him, you know? But hey,
Yeah, you would have think. Joke's on you. I can get up.
well, he's dead, so we're gonna move. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate the new Shorzy season?
15.
Okay.
It's so good, Jared. Like
I'll have
I'm
to
not
check it
even.
out then.
Unironically, it will make you want to be just like a better person in general. Like, I keep
Back on the
saying
Shorzy.
that. It is just like.
Yeah, back on Shorzy.
Also, I need to. Whoever the fucking musical director is of both Letterkenny and Shorzy, that man deserves every fucking award as far as like daytime Emmys and like, because I mean
Fair.
every fucking season the soundtrack fucking banger, and this one fucking top tier, sir, top fucking tier.
I thought I had seen a new season popping up. I just hadn't watched it yet, so I'll have to go hop on that then. Fuck.
Music department, you have Jason Perrier and Cody Partridge. Cody Partridge is the supervisor.
Give them both awards.
Yeah.
So, Anthony, you found your box.
Yeah. I got
Don't
fucking
say it like that.
Baldigus.
I see. He's just a giant gun?
Yeah, he's a
Oh, no, I
combiner.
see. He's got guns. I see now.
And it's awesome. This is Japanese exclusive figure that never came out in America. Hence the Japanese characters.
Yeah, no, couldn't have told. Couldn't have told by the box at all. Not at all.
But it's fucking exciting because, you know, it's the show colors. That's what I was doing earlier. I was getting them back packed up in the back.
I see.
You can, if I turn on my brightness all the way, you can see him right there.
He can blind himself to show you.
I know, it's fucking bright. Let me tell you something. I'm glad there's a filter over it because I'm terrified of the. You can kind of see him right there. God, actually, let's see the unfiltered light real quick.
It's gonna be. Well, he's blind. So... Hope his kids enjoy that one.
Immediately got so much brighter. Holy
It's funny.
shit!
It's
That's
almost
so funny.
like those are meant to dim it down enough to be usable for you. You fucking idiot. Sorry, God.
That was so fucking bright. I couldn't see out of my left eye. Baldigus, he's very expensive on the aftermarket. He normally runs about $400 normally.
So
I keep
there's
saying-
yes.
I keep saying normally because I got him for $100.
Oh, look at you making deals.
I saw it. I'm like, if I get scammed, I get scammed. Click.
So there's actually some Guam news, kind of, from your local correspondent, myself. Marines may not be on the island for very long. Seems they may be kicked off the island, which has made some of the locals very happy because it's just overcrowded having them here. But also, I don't know what is up with our armed forces, the Marines, and respect to anyone who serves.
Did they run out of crayons? No more snacks.
Sergeant Redacted keeps making the same fucking joke. No, they're gonna get kicked out of here for the same reason that they've gotten kicked out of other places, which is they can't stay the fuck out of trouble. There have been like 5 news stories of some crimes that have happened around the island with like bars being vandalized or robbed, and they've all been linked back to Marine soldiers. So it looks like the Marines aren't going to be able to stay after all, because causing way too much fucking trouble apparently.
Yeah, I got a great
It's been all over
joke.
the fucking news. Yes,
And you can tell it's Jeremy. So, what does the Army call a helicopter?
I don't know what.
They call it an Apache. What does the Navy call a helicopter?
I don't know. What do they call it?
They call it a Comanche. What does the Air Force call a helicopter?
By its name?
They call it a Black Hawk. What do the Marines call a helicopter?
I don't know.
My father told me that one.
We were driving to the store the other day, and there was a school bus, and it was being really slow. And I was like, "Man, I thought school had already been let out." And he's like, "Nah, it's probably just taking the Marines on a class field trip."
My
There is
God.
no greater rivalry. Words are hard. I have a speech impediment.
Words are hard.
Than between the militaries.
Oh,
my dad. He was the first
noticed.
Marine in fucking a family of seamen. So
Boy, yeah, we all know your father loves that semen.
no, he doesn't. That's why he
loves
didn't
the
join.
semen.
My uncle loves the seamen. Even though the Marines are technically part of the Navy. I don't fucking know.
I guess technically, but yeah. Anywho, I don't think I had any other like big updating news things. Because I mean, there was the music thing I brought up, but that just came up, so I'm gonna let that sit for a minute so I kind of know what's going on. Anyway, what do you got?
The Doomsday art got leaked.
I'm sorry, what?
The Doomsday concept art.
Oh. And?
Oh, would you like to see it?
I was about to say, I haven't seen it.
Oh my gosh. Michael, would you like to see the Doomsday?
Sure.
All right.
Concept art, so
Now,
let's see what it
concept
turns
art.
into, but...
So, Jared, mark the time down just in case we get a takedown.
I doubt we will. Nobody gives a shit.
All right. So,
Is this gonna be porn?
No, I wouldn't do
It's just
porn.
gonna be a giant
Dude, if a
porn.
dick pops up, it's gonna be so funny because I haven't looked through this. So we have some concepts. I mean, we got Doom.
Okay.
We got Doom.
Okay.
We got
Uh-huh. Is that...
Star-Lord
Oh,
and
okay.
Vision.
Yeah, no, I got
Lord
you.
of Vision just hanging out.
Interesting.
We got Hulk, She-Hulk, and Scar.
I was about to say Hulk and his family?
Yeah, and some other
Why are...
Hulk people.
Okay.
We have the Young Avengers.
With Star-Lord?
Yep, Star-Lord and Wong.
Why?
And this fucking guy from the X-Men, I don't know his name, I call him a bean.
Wait, hold on.
It's like-
Guy
it's
from
like-
the X-Men. Which one?
He's the bean.
Okay. I wasn't looking at that. I was focused on Star-Lord. I didn't even notice him there. Yeah, I don't remember his name, but okay. I know who he is.
We have a Black Panther.
Uh-huh.
Another Black Panther in the...
It's a weird Black Panther, but okay.
We have someone getting rained on. I don't know if I can know who that is. And that's it.
All right. So not really a whole lot to go on, even in concept, but interesting.
But it looks like there's some sort of medieval theme going on, like Elseworlds or some shit.
Yeah, let's see what they're planning here, I suppose. I don't know. Interesting, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see as that gets closer with everything else coming out. Speaking of which, there was an update about Blade. Surprisingly.
Yeah?
Yeah. Mahershala said that him and Kevin Feige have a script that they both have agreed on, so they are going back into production.
My God, it's been like a week.
You know, it's only been, I don't know, like what,
Years.
4 years since they said that movie was going to be being made. So
Let's see. When did the Blade MCU movie get
I
announced?
wasn't even with my last ex when that movie got announced.
Yeah, it was Eternals, bitch. Like, that's what we found with the Black Knight. And...
So
2019
yeah,
is when it was announced. Before COVID.
yeah, and then Mahershala was all like, I don't like any of these scripts. I don't like this director. I don't like that director. And now they're saying, we have something we both agree on. We're going to make it now. And everyone's like, okay,
I'd rather you
we'll
didn't.
hold our breath on that one. As everyone just awaits for it to once again be shelved because whatever discrepancies are going to end up happening. Yeah, I would prefer it not either, if I'm going to be totally honest. But
Well,
see
what they should do
happens.
is they should do a 1-for-1 remake of the original Blade. You should just superimpose Mahershala Ali on top of Wesley Snipes.
People
I don't
would be
disagree with this.
You would. I feel like you would upset a lot of people if you did that, though.
I would upset everyone because of the worst ways.
Well,
'Cause
fuck
people-
them.
It's fair.
The people who love, Wesley Snipes Blade will hate that he's been replaced, and the people who hate it will hate that it's Wesley Snipes Blade.
I mean, I like Blade 1 and 2. Trinity we don't typically talk about because wow,
Bruno.
what a fucking movie that was. But 1 and 2 I'm still alright with. Like I think those two were interesting enough. And the second one I think is only helped because Guillermo del Toro did that one. And I think that just having him on your effects team helped out with what the idea is. But Trinity was terrible. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't think it should be made either way just because it sat too long fucking anyway. So anything it had built in for the universe is kind of way fucking gone and looked over now. So who gives
You
a
think
shit?
he can be British?
Supposedly that was the idea of bringing Mahershala on, was to keep him more British and give him more like how he used to be in the comics, which, again, nobody asked for that either, because, like, after Wesley Snipes' Blade came out, they changed him in the comics to be like that, and people liked it better, so why you think you have to try to incorporate something else is probably a bad decision anyway, but...
Well, you know, there's that synergy,
We'll find out.
and they're really trying to just get away from Wesley Snipes' Blade. At least they
There's
were.
only ever been one Blade.
And there only ever will be.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out. Anyway. Oh, you guys brought up the new Pokemon. Did you happen to also see the other, like, basically Pokemon Stadium being remade for mobile and console?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Because
I don't know how I
watched
feel
the
about that.
Nintendo brief after our episode, and I watched through all the stuff they were doing with Pokemon, and that one popped up, and I was like, that sounds interesting, but on the same fact, I don't know how I feel entirely about that.
I don't want to get my ass whooped by people who have nothing better to do.
Yeah,
I'm
you're just
too
going to get a bunch
old.
of people who play Pokemon Go way too much. They have all the shiny legendaries. They just start throwing them in there.
Yeah, like, I'm too old to do that shit anymore.
Fair.
I'm 30.
I think
I
I
did.
think it's an interesting concept that they'll let you use. Oh, hey, you built the guy.
Yeah.
For those of
like
you
to
at home,
shake.
I bought that for Anthony as a late Christmas present because he's been doing the like boss people with Warhammer, and I found one on sale, so I sent it to him.
Yeah. No, this is great. He has no god.
Except the Lord Jesus Christ, right?
No, technically the Lord Jesus Christ does exist in the Warhammer universe. And he does not follow.
I like what you did with your hands. Anyway.
It's mankind. That's God.
So, with that, folks, I know everybody here is real tired. That's all the topics that we have to talk about this week. Things have been crazy on their end. But we hope that you'll stick around for us with next week. Remember to stay out, stay happy. Go follow us at OddcastN on your social platforms. At What an Oddcast on TikTok for clips and other things. And don't forget about the YouTube page itself, Oddcast Network, where you can catch all the gaming and other things that we put up there. Until next time, stay odd, stay happy. We'll catch you on the next one.
Bye, everyone.
Bunch of... I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
I don't know either. Dude, Nova got up at fucking 3 o'clock last night, and she's like, I'm awake. I'm like, fuck you. The first thing my wife said to me this morning was, so you got beef with our daughter, huh?
Ah, apparently.